Welcome, Francesca, to the first episode of the year.
Thank you for having me, my dear.
So before we talk about fitness and longevity and all your beauty tips, I have a burning question. When I go to Italy, all I do is eat. Italian food is incredible. For me, it's like a blessing and a curse because if I lived there, I think I would be double my size.
I would disagree because I have a lot of people who live there, my family, and they're all very small.
So that's my question. How do Italians remain healthy and have a balanced lifestyle when there's so much temptation?
I think we don't look at that as temptation because it's a part of our culture. So we are born with it. So there is not like, oh, I need to have it now because then I live. And we know the perfect balance between carbohydrates, protein, and, antioxidant being vegetable or fruits. And we have a clean diet. People have this belief, which is a wrong belief, is a false myth, that carbohydrates you put on weight, and it's just how you combine it with. Because if I go in Italy, I will have some, even just pasta with olive oil and salt and a little bit of basil. I'll be all over the moon, I feel satisfied, and it gives me energy. And then with lots of fish, potatoes, so we have a very clean diet that doesn't contain any conservative, preservative, which in our society, unfortunately, the food contains a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Sorry, my English, but it is true. And most of the food is junk food, is human-made, but not like my grandmother, bless her soul, used to make it from scratch.
Yeah, and actually, I think that's the secret of the Mediterranean diet, right? That it's all fresh,
clean, fresh,
seasonal.
Bring back to your roots.
Yeah.
So everything is made. Even pasta is like wheat flour, egg, olive oil, a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
So I think that's the secret, to keep it natural in the plate, to have the perfect balance between carbs, protein, and the fruit and veg, the right amount of fat, and that's all.
Yeah.
While even if you go here, maybe, or like in America or wherever in another nation, the food that they think is Italian is overcooked with garlic, onion, so they do everything too
Extra.
much, which we don't need, know.
And actually, one thing that you're quite vocal about is look at what's on your plate, right?
Yes.
It's so important because in Italy, it's true. You always have the starters, which has your vegetables, your fiber. By the time you eat the pasta, you've already had some greens, some protein.
Or you will have a carpaccio of fish with olive oil, which is perfectly fine. And it's important not to mix too many things,
Yeah.
And just keep it clean.
It's so important to look at what's on your plate and not to overcrowd. And now, because all restaurants are a sharing concept, you end up sharing everything. So
but it's so not good because you
so
end up
many
eating,
options.
But then you slow down your digestion. So you can't mix too many kingdoms together. Keep maximum 3 kingdoms. By kingdom, I mean animal kingdom, carbohydrate kingdom, so try to have less in your plate, maximum 3 things, no more than that, because then you slow down your digestion, because if you put too many things in your stomach, then you create a traffic jam. If you create a traffic jam, everything is blocked there, like you are in the road. So it's better to keep it clean, simple, no more than 3 ingredients, keep the traffic going.
I like that because that's a very easy, non-complicated way to approach eating healthy without putting restrictions.
Yes, I never put restriction. I just done like a client, a diet to a client, and she tried everything. She came to me, I'm doing exercise, I this and that. I look at the picture of her food, it looked everything a little bit sad, and I'm like, you need to find joy in what you eat. And she was eating healthy but not healthy. Like, oh yes, she will have the salmon, but it was glazed with soy, and I don't know, like who gave her this diet was not good at all. I gave her a simple plan, and by in 6 days, by eating pasta, potatoes, fish, vegetables, fruit. She texts me, she's like, I already lost 1.5 kilos. Wonderful.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, so I want to go back to the beginning. So your method and all of your work is about making people feel good in their bodies.
Yes.
And we'll get into that.
Inside out.
Inside out. But I want to rewind to the early days. You have quite an unusual story. You grew up in a gym in Rome. Literally in a gym.
Yeah. So when my mom was pregnant, she was doing judo. So I grew up in a tatami in the gym.
Oh my God.
Of my grandfather, which was my grandfather was the first in the 1970 who opened a gym based on martial arts in Rome, Italy. Then my uncle did judo. He was a judo coach. My mom is also a judo referee. And so I started to do judo competition. But when I was small, I used to go there with my grandmother because she grew me up. And during the lunchtime, we'll make pasta after school, and then we will go to the gym. And I would do my homework on the tatami while she was there, being the president of the gym, helping grandfather. And so yes, it was quite a journey. And then I came over here. Where I started working in a gym, because by then I took my certificate to teach choreographic aerobic, because I was doing competition of aerobic in the end. And then I got in Middlesex University, where I gained a master in theater directing. It's an MFA in theater directing, and I studied in Thailand, Dance Theater of the East, and also in Moscow.
How cool.
With Michael Chekhov's technique of acting. And everything was kind of very movement-based, yeah.
So it's January, new year, new me. Do you personally do any goal setting?
I don't believe on a New Year resolution. So I believe that we need to set goal, but not the 1st of January. We can set goal any day, any time. And I think it's important to reach your goal. But also be flexible, because sometimes the goal is not actually what we want, is not what we need. So if slightly changes, we need to be as strong as the roots of the tree, but also as flexible as the tree little leaves. Exactly. So I think that's very important. And then once you finish with a goal, whatever the outcome, and you must enjoy the journey.
Yes.
Then you put another goal.
Yeah. I want to talk about motivation, because I think being more active and doing more exercise is it's a very popular resolution on people's lists. And I think January has the highest sign-ups of memberships of all months in the year.
Yes.
And there's a crazy statistic around this. 80% of people will quit their membership in the next 5 to 6 months. And I learned that there's even a day called Fall Off the Wagon Day, which is in February, which is most of the cancellations happen within the first 30 days. Which is crazy. I mean, you must see this all the time.
Well, that's why, no, because my clients, I even have booking on the 25th of December. I'm happy to do, because for me, my job is a pleasure. So
you work on Christmas Day?
Yeah, one client in the morning before I have lunch with my family. Why not? For me, it's like seeing a friend, like online. I love it.
Such an inspiration.
Yeah, it's nice, because for me it's not like, it's work. No, I see a friend online, and we do, it's pleasure. It's not work.
That's the thing. You enjoy what you do so much. But why do you think, obviously not your clients, because it's of your methods, and we'll get to that. But why do you think people quit, and how can, let's say someone that's just starting, how can we make sure that we stay motivated and that we're not part of the 80% that quit, that we're part of the 20% that commit and stay consistent?
But you see, Hora, that's why I don't believe in resolution. Because
why.
You do a resolution, okay, I do it, and then you go mad at it, like, people, I do a diet, I cut all the carbs, I'm doing keto. After 2 weeks, eating only salad and meat, they are like devastated. So it's not about that. So I think that you need to commit when you're ready to commit, and start with small steps.
Yeah.
So don't do, okay, now I go to the gym, I go Monday to Sunday, because then you overdo it.
Yeah.
And then it's a bit like when you eat too much of something, you feel sick about it. You need to find balance and understand that you need to do small steps.
Yeah.
So, okay, I go to the gym, maybe I go half an hour every day. Maybe I go, not do like one day 3 classes. Maybe I do one day yes, one day no, and in the day that I don't do it, maybe I do something at home, or I walk, or something healthy.
Slow steps. And actually, your method is rooted in consistency, not extremes.
No.
Your motto is less is more.
Yes.
So what does
Like
that...
Dr. Sebag, which is my doctor.
Ah, okay. So you have...
He does it for the skin and the face. I do it
You
for
do
the
it
body.
for the body. So what is your... Can you explain what is your method, and what does less is more mean in the context of like fitness and nutrition?
So my method encompasses not only the fitness routine, but also the way you are emotionally involved, you are like social, spiritual, your career, what you study, so your education. So it's got so many facets.
It's actually like the wheel of
the circle
needs,
of life.
The circle of life. The circle of life. Yes, exactly.
Exactly that. So regarding the method particularly linked to fitness, I create this method that is based on a push and pull action. So the muscle work like a rubber band. So every movement is tailored to build the muscle and stretch the muscle. So if you come to my class like you did, you could see that we move all the time. We use small props like ankle weights, balls, circle, little elastic, and all the time the body strengthens but also lengthen, strengthen, lengthen. So it becomes very agile, very agile. And you do it 45 minutes strong, straightforward, and then you're done for the day, and then you keep moving, you walk a lot. So instead to take the lift, you take the stairs. Instead to take the car, maybe park the car a little bit further away, like I did today to come to you, and then I walk for a little bit. So they are all like little steps. Then at the end of the day will help you to reach a healthier physique. So like even if you fidget a lot, by fidgeting you burn so many calories. Not that I believe in calories, but what I mean is like the more you move, the more your body is active, the more your mind is active, because also your mind has to be trained. That's why it's important to learn another language, read,
constantly learn new things, challenge your brain.
And if you want to watch a show, okay, sometimes we need to relax and watch a show, but put a podcast on, like there are so many good podcasts you can learn. Like,
put a podcast on.
Yeah, exactly. Or she can drive.
Exactly.
And also you have all the podcasts that you can learn things like Huberman Labelov, Peter Attia, you can learn about longevity, the Diary of a CEO. And I think it's not competition, it's about every podcast has got something interesting for the audience to take from. Like your podcast is so interesting because it empowers so much women. What you give us, because you give us a stage where we can express ourselves. Maybe we can help the audience to be motivated, or maybe even if one person will take something of what I said and make it a healthy habit, it's so much, because it's like the butterfly effect.
Exactly. I mean, it's exactly that. That's the purpose of this podcast, right? And sometimes it can be just one sentence that you say and it touches a person, and then it's the butterfly effect, atomic habits. You know, you change one thing and everything changes.
Exactly.
I love that. The power of small, consistent steps. So what should people stop obsessing over when it comes to their health?
Oh my God, obsessing about calorie. Don't believe in calorie. If you believe in calorie, you already set yourself up for unsuccess. Calories doesn't mean anything. You need to look at the quality of food, yes? You don't have to drink 5 liters of water. Just drink when you're thirsty. So be in connection with your body to understand what you really want.
Yeah.
Be intuitive. Don't go because, everybody eats avocado and eggs in the morning, I do it. Or everybody does intermittent fasting, it must be great. Maybe for some people it's great. Maybe for some other people it's not working,
Totally. Yeah.
So don't believe in myth. Believe in you.
Yes. Believe in you. Always believe in you. And it's so true. Like, we need to be more connected to our bodies and listen to what works for us and what doesn't work for us. Also, men and women are so different in their biology and their hormones. So there are so many methods out there that were trending and everybody was adopting them. And then turns out they're great for men, but not for women. And actually, I want to talk a bit about women's health. Not from a medical lens, but from a lifestyle and a preventative lens. Because I think, from your perspective, what's something that women really need to understand about how their hormones really affect their mood, their cravings?
Yeah, but also we need to stop obsessing about that as well. Because, oh my God, the hormone, and then is a menopause. Because sometimes we are so much self-inducting. So I think it's important to check everything with the doctor, but also don't be too much paranoid.
I think that's the word. Don't be paranoid about your health. I think so many people now can get
freaking out.
Yeah, exactly. Really freaking out about everything. Also because there's so much information out there.
Misleading
information. So people see it and they're like, oh my God, maybe I have this. And people try to self-diagnose themselves.
I know.
On ChatGPT. But actually, one of the best tips I've ever received regarding women's health is from my nutritionist. And she said, you need to check your hormones early on. Because most people, well, most women, only check their hormones when they start having issues, like fertility or menopause. But actually, you need to have a view of what your baseline hormone look like when you're at the optimal age. And that's actually between 25 to 30.
Everything should be checked by then. Because if you have a lack on something, then it's much faster for you to change it or to improve it.
Exactly. So if you're in your 30s and you've never checked your hormones, please, please, please go and do this, because it's going to be so much easier for you in the long term. Otherwise, you're kind of blind and you're guessing and you're playing a guessing game. Otherwise, if you have that view, which is your personal reference, because it changes for every person.
Yeah, of course, 100%.
Then rebalancing your hormones later on in life, when you need it, if you need it, will be so much easier.
Yeah, so check everything without paranoia. I think
100%,
that's
yeah. Let's talk about supplements. So in a world where supplements are everywhere, there's a new brand every day.
Yeah.
There's like a new supplement that everybody has to take. It can get very overwhelming if you want to start to introduce supplementation.
I think, first of all, I never believed that much in supplement, because I think we can get it from food. But because food is contaminated, I mean, not the food itself, but the environment, or maybe like the human use some stuff that they shouldn't be used. So because of the way our society is important to take some supplement, even because sometimes our body doesn't absorb the antioxidant that they are in the food properly, or the vitamins. But I think, as coming back from the hormone story, everybody has got different story in their body. So if someone has got already vitamin C and then you get surplus, it's not good. So I think they should check it first, and sometimes lack of energy comes from a deficiency of a supplement. Also, you need to check if the supplement is natural. Because before, for example, when there was all this heat on collagen supplements, I don't know if I can name some brands, maybe not.
Up to you.
But, at the beginning, like Zuki, for example, contained sugar. So sugar kills the collagen. But coming back to the supplements, so they contain sugar. So you bind something that it destroys the collagen anyway.
Okay. Now, Can I announce it? You've just signed your first book, right?
Yes,
So exciting.
Yeah, with an Italian publishing house. So,
Okay.
and it's actually the magazine where I work. And the book is about longevity, from non-invasive to a semi-invasive to an invasive understanding of how to make your body feel better, because it's not about living longer but living younger, because I don't want to live until 100 but crippled. I want to be in full force. I want
totally
to live in
agree
full
with that.
force. So it's really like a deep inside of all the trick, from diet to nutrition to emotion to relationship to also better sex, because that's one of the key of longevity, to also like Botox, filler, until you arrive to stem cell and facelift.
I want to talk about the concept of primary foods, which is what your soul needs. So things like love, connection, joy, companionship, spirituality.
Yeah.
It's basically what feeds your soul.
Yes.
So those are the primary foods. And then you talk about secondary foods, which is basically what we eat and what feeds our body. And you explained that some people, when they don't have enough primary food, so they're not fulfilled in their soul, they then turn to secondary food. And this is when you start to see sometimes like eating disorders or unhealthy habits or cravings. Can you talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, we have two types of feeding our body. Once we feed our emotion and we are connected with our body, and this can be with the relationship, with the education, with the spirituality, with the being happy in our career, and then we feel satisfied, right? And for example, when you were a kid and you were playing the kindergarten, you know, like with your friend in the piazza. In Italy, we used to play in the piazza or in the beach or wherever. Your grandmother or your mom will call you, hey, the food is ready. You will forgot about eating because you're so much enjoying. Or
That's
maybe
so
like
true.
we are doing now the podcast. We enjoy so much. We are not thinking about what's for dinner because we enjoy. You have a project. You are deep inside the project. But if you have lack of that, and sometimes you are at home, you are alone, maybe, I don't know, the person you connected before left you, or you are not fulfilling your job, you are bored, you start, oh, what's in the fridge, what do I eat? And you eat out of habit, out of boredom, out of not being happy. Or we always associate, since we are a young child, which I think is something that parents, with the awareness that we have today, we should shift it, because always, oh, you're being good, you can have a cake. Oh, we have a cheat day or a treat meal.
It's like a reward through food.
There is no reward to go to McDonald's. That's not a reward.
No.
Or like sometimes I go with people else, I say, this is not good cereal, but that's for my kid. So why I tell you it's not good, you agree and you say, but that's for my kid. For your kid, you want something better.
Yeah.
So I think we should stop labeling food with treat rewards and start associating food with energy, with what feed our body, and not as a reward for our soul.
Yeah. And honestly, as you were saying that, the times where I'm really taking care of my body, you know, we go through phases, but the times where I'm really meditating and I'm doing my yoga and I'm in a good healthy routine, I do not crave junk food, sweets, anything. In fact, I don't even want to put it inside of my body because I feel like, oh, my body is my temple right now, and I do not want to pollute it with this stuff. And it's true, when you're a little bit down and things aren't going well, I don't know what it is, what's happening in the body, the chemical imbalance maybe with the cortisol.
Because
it makes
you don't
crave the
serotonin.
sugar. Exactly. Yeah, it's such a bad habit.
You know? Yeah, it's a bad habit. And what is said is like now it's normal. You see a movie, and everybody's at home alone drinking because he needs to relax. I'm sorry. Drinking is also a social habit. Maybe you go out, you want to celebrate, you have a glass of wine. I mean, I don't advertise that because I don't drink. I think it's not good, but you know, everybody's different. So I'm not saying don't drink. I'm just telling you the truth, and then you can take it, you can leave it. So don't associate the food with reward. Don't go by everybody does it, I can do it, because people are like, oh, but everybody drink. If I don't drink, people think I'm mad. No, why?
And actually, I'm very proud of the younger generations because there's a lot of stats around this, but they are drinking significantly less
100%.
than the older generations. So I think that's at least one good thing in the world.
More green juice, less alcohol.
You also write about fasting, which I thought was really interesting because you write about fasting as a health tool and a spiritual practice that eliminates the noise and the reliance on food, essentially.
Yes. And the noise on your head. You know? So that's why it's spiritually linked, because has been used also by spiritual people to pay less attention on the food, focus more on their internal journal and clarify it. Not only detox the body, but detox the mind. Yes.
And you said even, some people can fast, some people cannot fast, some people can do intermittent fasting. There are different ways to adopt fasting. I think it's quite interesting that most of the monotheistic religion have some form of fasting. Yeah. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person.
But from Muslim to Christian to Jewish, everybody fasts.
But you say even if you simply create space between your food.
Yeah, well, fasting is a natural habit for the body. So when we sleep, we don't eat. So we fast in order for the organ to relax so they function better. Yeah. If you, in my healthy eating habits I give to clients, there is not space for too much snacking. Because if you keep eating, your organs never relax.
You're not having digestive rest.
Exactly. So basically when you fast, you give the organ space to digest, to relax. It's a bit like you take your day off, and then to regenerate, and then to work better. Yeah. So fast also stimulate autophagy, helps the cell to rejuvenate, and basically because the body start to eat himself, so in order to regenerate. But
and it destroys the bad cells, right?
Yes,
that's
exactly.
what happens.
Yes. And basically, you can intermittent fast, fine. You can fast for 12 hours. There are some people who fast up to 24, 48 hours, but it's not good for everyone.
No.
So I think you can fast between meals, so by not snacking and relaxing your organ. You fast at night while you sleep.
Yeah.
And I always think when you wake up, you know, people say, oh, the breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, it is not true. For if you're hungry, yes. If not, not.
I find that when I have a healthy breakfast, and by healthy I mean protein focused, but with like a bit of fiber, like starting with some leaves, then having some eggs, I find that when I do that, I maintain a good level of energy for the rest of the day. But at the same time, I think everybody is different.
Yeah. For example, I'm the opposite. Okay. So I train, and after I cannot have a heavy breakfast, but I do inject calorie, but it's only liquid. So I will have my vegetable milk, because I believe dairy is also inflammatory for the body. So I don't have any dairy in my diary. So I will have in my diet. So I will have like coconut milk, cashew nut milk, always prime quality, nothing added. And then I will
people need to check the bottles.
Alpro is the worst. Oatly is like cancer in a box, in my opinion.
Really, that bad?
No, very bad, very bad. And it's heavy to digest. So the best are Rudelt, Plenish if you live in UK.
Yeah.
And because every country has got different
and some
ones.
people make their own, right? Apparently it's very easy.
You can make their own. It's very easy, but I'm not gonna venture to do that, to tell you the truth.
I'm the same. But then, people can if they like spending time in the kitchen and making. It's such an easy thing to make.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So we make that with stevia and yerba mate. I'm off coffee for a while, not because, I mean, if I go somewhere and they have coffee, I'm not gonna say, oh my God, no. But I love yerba mate. or a mateina, as they call it, because it keeps my energy steady all through the day. It doesn't give you the peak up and down that the coffee or the caffeine gives you. And it tastes amazing. I put 3 bags into the hot water, into the water, and then I make it boiled for about 5 minutes, and then I add my foamy milk and stevia.
Oh, you have
and
it with
it's
milk.
amazing. Huh?
You have it with milk, the yerba
Of
mate.
course,
Ah.
yeah, I even have to defeat cravings. One of my tip is to have a fennel tea or chamomile tea with the stevia and rice milk. Because sometimes you feel like you want something sweet after dinner or during the day, and that's a good way not to crowd your stomach and not to. It's easy to digest, so your organs are fine, and you drink something soothing and sweet.
Yeah, I love fennel tea. I always have it after a meal as a digestive tea.
And also, you know what you should get? Dandelion tea, because it helps lympho drainage. Yeah,
Dandelion.
okay,
Yes,
my
yes,
pronunciation.
yes.
But it's very good because it makes you pee a lot. Din din.
Which is a good thing.
Exactly, because it detox you and you basically less puffy, less inflamed, less
struggle
swollen.
from water retention, so I always look for these things. I want to talk about a topic that might be a little bit difficult. And let me know if we can talk about this or not. But I know that there was a point in your life where you struggled from eating disorders.
Yes, as many women do.
Yes.
And men now, actually.
Yes. And actually, I was looking into this, and the statistics are quite high and quite shocking. Almost 90% of the people that suffer from the eating disorders are women in some countries, and obviously it changes. And it's most prevalent between the age of 12 and 25.
Some is genetic, you know that. Like some is in the gene. It's very difficult to defeat. I have one member of my family, young little niece, that is, dealing with that. And it's very, very hard. But the change has to come from you, so you can get all the help you can get, all the help in the world. But if you don't open the door, like for anything, I can give you the key, but you need to actually take the key and put in the hole, open the door, because you are the only one who can do it, you know? So, and there is a shift that eventually will happen and require lots of discipline and strength, which actually people with eating disorder have. Because it's not only eating disorder, it can be like anorexia, it can be binge eating, it can be orthorexia. There are so many ways to call it, and different parts of
they're all
eating
under
disorder.
the umbrella. Like it takes different forms. And I think in some people it's more obvious than others, like if it's anorexia or if it's
orthorexia or bulimia or binge eating as well.
Binge eating, but then there are people where you don't actually know that they have an eating disorder.
No,
because
you know, when I was small, because I was quite chubby, you know, I lost weight after, and I was a bit bulimic, then I was anorexic, and when I was bulimic, because I was a bit chubby, my family is like, oh, but you're perfectly fine. Look, you're like, you don't have any eating disorder. And they don't understand. There are so many different facets.
Forms, yes. And so what would be your advice to the friends and families of someone who is suffering from an eating disorder? Like, how can they support that person without adding harm?
Well, I am not a doctor, so this is a very difficult topic. But I think just be close to the person. Don't push the person to eat or not eat, because usually when you do that, the person go exactly the opposite. So, and just treat them normally and try to be close to them and be present, be lovable, and just be there when they need.
Thank you for sharing that. I know it's not an easy topic. But this leads me to the next chapter when it comes to pressure around our social image. When it comes to beauty versus pressure, where do we draw the line? Because, you're very open about beauty treatments, and I can't wait to read everything you share in your book.
Upcoming.
But from everything, you know, as you said, there's like really holistic methods. There are ancestral methods, let's say lymphatic drainage. But then now, with science and advancement in technology, there is some next level stuff that you can do when it comes to like injectables and stem cells, etc. So where do you personally draw the line, or how do you approach it, you know?
I don't draw the line because I'm more pro aesthetic, like being looking good at any age, but start from the basic. You can have Botox and then drink, go in the sun and smoke. So you have to have the basic clean, and then you can add stuff and do something soft and keep going with what you have without adding too much. You know, like I always think we should not judge, because you see someone with wrinkles and you can go to them and say, oh my God, you are so wrinkly. And you can go with someone who does too much, or you have done too much. Everybody should be happy. If someone is happy not to do treatments and he loves his skin for what it is, with Botox, without Botox, we need to be happy, you know.
And respect people's choices, I guess.
If they like it too much, they like it too much. Maybe they feel good. And if you need to go to a good practitioner, because if you don't go to a good doctor, there are so many, especially here in London, so you can, dentists can do it, cosmetologists can do it. I want a doctor, in my opinion. And you go to a doctor, he will tell you, no, you don't, you know, I went for a facelift consultation, just out of interest, and the doctor say, go home, come back in 5 years.
You don't need it.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes
out of curiosity,
you feel like I didn't, but also I didn't like something about myself, and the doctor say, go home. So you need to go to good doctors that they tell you you don't need it. If you go to someone who tells you need something you don't need, and then you need to revalue, because some people are there for money. So you need to go, maybe some friend advise you, or like, you know, do your research, see what you like, and then take the necessary step.
What about drawing the line at a certain age where it's just too young to do any of this stuff? Like, there are girls now, I think, in their teens, 15, 16.
You can't do that because it's not even legal. Like, you know, for example, you can do a nose job when you're 18, not before, because the body keeps changing, and that's why.
Right?
But I think if you do, maybe I say something controversial, but I like to be controversial. It depends, because, you know, maybe someone who is 25 has got more wrinkle because has got more facial expression than someone is 30. So we can't put all the flour in the same basket.
We are coming to the end of the episode.
No,
the time flew by. But actually, let's do some fire questions. So first of all, what is a food you refuse to feel guilty about?
Pasta and potatoes. I don't feel guilty about carbs. Carbs are good for you. Eat carbs. Not too many, with good combination, but eat your carbs, please.
What she said.
Yeah. Oh, she can eat.
Oh, she can eat. You know, I eat so much. I eat more than my husband.
Yeah, me too. Usually I eat more than men. When I'm on a date, I don't drink. Oh, you don't drink. You're a cheap date. And then when I
see the food come.
Another chotoro.
I'm the same. The biggest wellness or beauty myth that you're tired of hearing?
Okay, wellness is like, oh, you need to eat a ketogenic diet, or you need to eat avocado and eggs for breakfast. Please don't start to eat so much avocado, because avocado is really fatty. It's got also yes, good fat, but too much is too much.
A guilty pleasure that's secretly good for you?
Dates, Majadol dates. And you've been from Morocco. I mean, Majadol dates are amazing.
Yeah, because they're very sweet.
Yeah, but don't eat 10 kilos.
One thing you wish every woman should start doing this year?
Take a healthy habit that it's not a common myth, but it's your own healthy habit that it's good for you, and not because your friend is doing it.
Okay, yeah. Choose your healthy habits based on what is good for you and what makes you happy, right? Like do something that you enjoy doing.
But usually when it's good for you, you feel the benefit, it makes you happy. Like I think the two are relative.
That's
and
such good
by
advice.
doing that, it's not. I don't mean by eating salad. You know, like
no, we've discussed this already.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the salad.
Makes you bloated.
It
No avocado, no
does.
salad. Yes,
Exactly.
most controversial podcast.
Okay, let's do this. This is the first time I'm doing this. Actually, I
Oh,
made these
I'm
cards.
excited now.
I made these cards for the launch event, which was in April of last year.
Okay.
And let's see, I've never used them on a live episode, so
And we didn't rehearse.
we didn't rehearse, so we have no idea. Okay, actually, this one is the Did You Know category. Saudi Arabian women only gained the legal right to drive in 2018.
Oh my God.
This is crazy,
No, it's mad.
right? And
Yeah.
most women, well, most people don't even know that. So actually the name of the podcast, Oh She Can Drive,
I was for that.
it's not just for that, but it's like symbolic for the historical and political context.
And empower women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the first license went to a woman racer.
And I wanna do it myself.
You
I
do it
wanna
yourself.
pick.
Okay, then
I
you can
wanna-
pick.
No, which we do your one and then
I'll
I
do this one. Also, did you know the world's first university was founded by a woman,
Oh wow.
Fatima El Fihri, in Morocco,
Oh my
in
God.
Fez, and it is recognized by UNESCO as the oldest operating university in the world.
Oh my God.
How crazy.
Crazy.
So
But
inspiring to
yeah.
know that women back then were doing such amazing things.
Yeah.
Okay, you go now. I think
want
that's the
this one.
spicy category.
I like
Let's see.
spice. What's your quietly hot trait? The thing people don't see coming. That I can dance until 3 a.m. without any alcohol. I go out every night. I eat at the restaurant every night, and people think I eat home and I'm vegan, which I'm not. I eat meat, I eat fish, I eat pasta. People always label me, oh, she doesn't eat, she must eat at home all the time, don't go out.
Like a health freak.
Yeah, but I don't think, you know,
No, I've seen
go,
you dance on dance
yeah,
floors.
exactly.
Quite
I
right.
go quite often. I go out every night. I never eat at home at dinner because I think I like to go out, have the chef in different restaurants cook for me, feel happy about it and enjoy, because I think that eating with others is a social act that's my way to relax. People
Yeah.
have glass of wine, me I dress up, I go out, I eat healthy, I share it with people, and it makes me feel at peace. And
Yeah.
then I dance until 3 or until 1
you
or until
digest
2.
it on the dance floor.
Exactly. I eat, I train.
Exactly. Let's do one last one.
Okay. I think one for you after.
Ooh, oh my
Yes.
God, yes.
Okay, let's see this one. What's a habit or belief you inherited that you have chosen to unlearn? To feel guilty. Because I'm very spiritual, I do Kabbalah, but my roots are Catholic.
Yes.
And I refuse to be guilty, because even if I do something wrong, if I understand my mistake, it's not being wrong, it's a learning curve.
Yes.
So every mistake, it's learning. It's something you learn, it makes you grow.
It's something you had to go through
Yeah.
in order to learn and grow.
And to change your tikkun. In Kabbalah, tikkun are your imperfection or things that you need to work on. So wherever you fail, you learn from it, you stand up stronger, and you move on with a better understanding of yourself and what's around you.
Okay,
Your
so is it
question
my
now.
turn? Now I get to see what it's like being on the other side.
Exactly. What's a compliment you never forgotten?
Oh my God, I'm put on the spot.
Tell.
I don't know. Actually, ever since I started the podcast, a few people told me that my voice is very good for this.
Very sexy.
Oh, okay, all right. And yeah, I never forgot that, because I think for the longest time, and I think women have this issue a lot, there's like a lot of complexes related to our voice, because there's been a lot of silencing of women's voices throughout history and in society. And actually, I come from a country where when they compliment little girls, they usually associate silent girls and girls that don't talk
They are
much,
quiet.
girls, as like a good trait.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you know, in your head, it's like silencing you subconsciously. So yeah, I always had this weird relationship to my voice. And when I first recorded, I used to hate re-listening to my voice when we were editing. I would cringe. So yeah, when a few people told me that they really enjoyed having my voice in the background, that it was very soothing, I was very touched.
No, it's very good. And you know, you're right about silencing voice and everything, because my dad always tell me, oh, you know, Francesca, if you stop to always have an opinion and maybe be less, not intelligent, but yeah, have less than an opinion and always something to say, you may find a husband.
Yeah, there's this, it's always...
it's like, it's funny.
Right?
You know, it's like, oh, if you're quiet, maybe...
Yeah, as
yes,
a woman,
got
you're supposed to
point,
be quiet.
exactly.
Like, just be pretty. In French, there's an expression. It's like, be beautiful and be quiet, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
And I think throughout history and society, it's changing, thank
Yeah.
God. But yeah, thank you for asking me a question.
Yay! How exciting! I love it.